wanting to share it. It's like anything else. It's like just like food again or wine. You want to share it if there's something that you've found that you particularly like. I mean, you don't want to keep it to yourself. You want to share it with other people.
The thing that I want to acknowledge hearing you talk is we've talked about in person talking. We've talked about, I've mentioned if somebody Googles your name, they're going to find pages and pages and pages of webinars, high acclaimed video websites out there that bring you in as a guest to share your knowledge. And when I watched these videos, what happened to me was I was going to watch 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 45 minutes later, 80 minutes later, I'm still learning from you on a screen. And what I want to ask is, there's certain talent involved, there's certain experience involved, but what do you think a tip is to be a great speaker, to be a great host, to be a great moderator when it comes to food, wine, travel, these types of genres?
I would say maybe, well, from my point of view, two things. One is humble. I feel like I'm very humble because especially when you're talking about wine, there's always something new to learn, and it never really stops. So it's like I'm learning too as I go along, and that's the other thing. So I kind of approach it being I want to learn about something myself. And then I want to explain it and talk about it to other people. And fill them in on it as well, because if it's exciting for me, it might be also interesting and exciting for other people. So one of the things is being, to me, is being very humble and learning constantly. And then the other thing is really trying to share that information in a meaningful way. I'm not trying to be an expert, or I just want to share that excitement that I felt myself, and that those two things to me are kind of what makes that hopefully successful, at least as you were describing it.
So excitement, the humble approach to it, and just, I guess, my words, not yours, a respect for the knowledge. I mean, go ahead. You're going to say something.
Well, I mean, I think wanting to share it. It's like anything else. It's like just like food again or wine. You want to share it if there's something that you've found that you particularly like. I mean, you don't want to keep it to yourself. You want to share it with other people, and so I think that sharing factor is very important.
A good teacher wants to share, just like a glass of wine. They want to share that taste, that story, that lesson.
I think so. I mean, that's my approach as a cook, as a restaurateur, as a wine teacher. I mean, I feel very humble with that, because it's about sharing information and trying to turn other people onto things that have excited you. That's really what it's about.
You've explained your background. Now, how can we help you? Tell us, whether it's you personally, you through the studio, or both. What websites could we be looking for you at? What social media? How can we find you? What are our next steps? How do we find you and follow you?
Well, one of the most important things is check out the website for the New York Wine Studio, which is and it's very simple. It's not a big site, but it talks about the programs, the IWS program, with the schedule there mapped out, and the 4 individual classes. So take a look at that, and it is newyorkwinestudio.com, of course. And there's also an email there, info@newyorkwinestudio.com. My own personal website is alantardi.com. So there's some stuff there. And I'm on pretty much, the main social media platforms, although I have to admit I don't always add a whole lot of stuff to them, because I'd rather do it kind of in a more direct, let's put it that way,